The 3 repetition maximum deadlift is the first event. The 3 repetition maximum deadlift is a muscular strength test that represents movements required to safely and effectively move heavy loads from the ground, jump, bound, and tolerate landing. The event consists of 3 phases: the preparatory phase, the upward movement phase, and the downward movement phase. Graders will be posted at each deadlift station. For the preparatory phase, the soldier will step inside the hexagon trap bars. The feet are generally shoulder width apart. The soldier will locate the midpoint of the bar. On the command of "Get set," the soldier will bend at the hips and knees, reaching down and grasp the center of the handles. Arms should be fully extended, back flat, head in line with the spinal column or slightly extended. Eyes focused at about 6 feet to the front. The heels in contact with the ground. Weight should be distributed mid-foot to heel. All repetitions will begin from this position. For the upward movement phase, on the command of "Go," the soldiers will stand and lift the bar by extending the hips and knees. The hips should never rise before or above the shoulders. The back should remain straight throughout the lift. The soldier will continue to straighten the hips and knees until reaching an upright stance. There is a slight pause at the top of this movement. For the downward phase, the soldier lowers the bar to the ground under control by bending the hips and knees slowly and maintaining a flat back. Maintain control of the bar. Do not drop or let go of the bar. The weight plates must touch the ground before beginning the next repetition. Weight plates may not bounce off the ground. Note that the D-handle hexagon trap bars are not authorized. As an exception, if this type of hexagon trap bar is used, the soldier will grasp the lower handle with the D handles facing down. On the command of "Go," the soldier will execute 3 continuous repetitions with the same weight. If a soldier executes continuous movement with proper form, but does not touch the ground with the weights to complete a repetition, that repetition will not count. The soldier does not have to stop at this point. He or she may continue to lift until he or she completes a total of 3 repetitions. However, if the soldier stops trying to continue, he or she will have 1 more attempt at a lower weight. If a soldier successfully completes 3 continuous repetitions on the first attempt, he or she may elect an additional attempt at a higher weight after a short rest of not more than 2 minutes. The maximum number of attempts at this event is 2. Graders will stop the attempt if they determine a soldier will injure themselves by continuing. If the grader stops a record to prevent injury, this will not count as a recorded attempt. Potential causes of injury include hips moving above the shoulders, excessive rounding of the spine and shoulders, knees collapsing inward. The test attempt is not stopped for minor errors in form that are not deemed a threat of injury. Graders will terminate a record attempt if the soldier uses the ground for momentum on the next repetition, rests in the down position. Resting means no continuous effort is being made to lift the weight. Fails to complete 3 repetitions under control in 1 attempt. Loses grip, breaks contact with the bar, and/or drops the weight.